I went to Hightower High School in Missouri City, Texas. Mo City.
Missouri City. Okay. And so now with high school, of course, that's a whole nother type of self discovery there. I
Hmm.
don't want you to get into that. Were you still playing sports? Were you still popular? Did you start learning about dating and what your standards were at the time and what academia, like get more into that aspect of high school.
Yes. So, I loved high school.
Okay.
I started off freshman year playing basketball, and I played basketball. I ran track. I was on the dance team. And so I had a lot of friends, just from those different groups, because the basketball girls are very much different from the girls that's on the dance team.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know what
oh
I'm saying?
yeah, yeah.
So it was like,
Hmm.
I was like, was somebody that was in the middle that was cool with everybody, and then even just my teachers and stuff, I never really had a problem like with my grades. Maybe in history, I didn't like history. I didn't like history. I'm not really good at remembering facts for
Dates and
some
all that,
reason.
yeah.
Yeah,
Hmm.
I was really good at math though. Math was my thing.
Okay.
But I did really well in school. Not necessarily like valedictorian or nothing, but I got, A's and B's. And so it was a great experience, especially like now once I got older, because I my teeth was who, and I had got braces. And so once,
Wow, I
you
tell you,
know,
Denise, you had a lot going
it was,
on. You had,
yes, because
you
listen,
werewolf in
I used to suck
London.
my
Now your
thumb.
teeth. Uh,
Yes, I used to suck my thumb. Oh my gosh, I used to suck my
ugh,
thumb,
ugh,
and it messed my
ugh.
teeth up. Okay, I'm telling you, my
Yeah,
teeth were so bad when I went to the dentist, and they was telling me about the braces. I got my braces in high school, and they were telling me that my top jaw sat inside my bottom jaw. So they was like, your jaw is too small,
wow.
and they were like, we need to expand it so
Expand
it
it,
can
right?
be even. And so they were like almost telling me that I was gonna have probably have surgery if my jaw wasn't gonna move on its own because of my age, because I was in high school when I got my some
Right.
people get them very younger. And
Hmm.
so they was like, yeah, you need to stop sucking your thumb, or we're gonna have to break your jaw. And I was like, when I tell you, I started
Yeah,
sleeping with
like
socks on my hands
yeah.
and
You gotta,
paper.
yeah.
I was like, we got to stop this. And so they put an expander in my mouth. They put an expander in my mouth that I used to have to stick a key up and turn every day to open up my jaw.
I never
So
heard
my
of that.
teeth,
A
yes,
key.
baby, we went through a lot to get to this spot. Okay.
Well, man,
And
you
so I
can't
finally
tell.
got them
Like,
off.
there, show us your smile.
Yes.
Show us your smile, Denise.
You
Oh my
know,
goodness.
we went through a
You
lot to
deserve
get to
that. You
this
earned
spot.
that. You earned your smile. Oh my Lord. Oh,
So yes, so when I finally, got my braces off, and I started dating. I remember my first boyfriend. My dad actually went to school with his dad, and
really? Y'all
yeah.
just all like one community. Like, wow.
Everybody knows, because see, my dad,
Yeah.
he went to Madison, so it's like everybody knows him. Everybody knows my dad. It's crazy. Like, I was just in Miami for ABFF, and some man came up to me. He was like, Denise, I'm thinking he knowing me because of my movies. He's like, Denise Mone't. I'm like, how you doing?
No, you
He's like,
so
yeah,
so
I know. I
daughter.
went to school with your daddy. I went to school with your daddy. I was like, oh my gosh.
Oh
So
wow.
yeah. But he knows everybody, or everybody knows him, shall I say. And so when he found out, because when I tried to lose my
Oh,
virginity, that was really bad. It was really, really bad.
mm,
um because
do tell.
I think I wrote it in a journal or something. And yeah, the crazy thing is, because this what I didn't even actually do it. I tried to, but we, like, I don't know if we were too scared, because we were both virgins. And so it never really happened. And so but I wrote in my
But
journal
what kept it
about
from
how I
happening? I'm curious. What kept it from
I
happening?
think I think it was more so scared because, one, we was in my parents' house.
Oh,
You know what
oh,
I'm
yeah.
saying? Yeah. And so I wrote in my journal how I remember putting the words, I almost became a woman. I remember saying that. And I'm in class. It's my my seventh period, I think, and I'm in class. And this is my junior year in high school, and I just remember getting a text from my mom that said, "I know you didn't become a woman in my house," and
Oh,
I was like, "Why she say those words just like
yeah.
that?"
Why did she
Like
say that?
like you she and the way she said it was like, did she find my journal? And I'm like, how? Because my journal is at
Right.
my dad's, and this is my mom texting me this. So come to find out, my stepmom found it and reached out to my mom. And when I tell you, school go by so slow, but in seventh period, that clock was
Yeah.
moving,
And
baby,
you were
for
just
the
like, oh my
bell.
God,
And
like,
I
what
was
am I
like,
going to get
slow
home
down, because
to?
I'm not ready to go home. you
Right.
know? And so I came home, both my mom and my mom was at my dad's house with my stepmom. And they were like, asking me all these questions. And then there was like, she was like, I read the part about tattoos and I just had to keep reading. And she's like, you got a tattoo? Like I got a tattoo, my
And
first
how did you get it
tattoo
without your
at
parents' consent?
we went, in a garage with some people that I wasn't you know
Really?
what I'm saying.
Oh my God,
Yes.
Denise.
Yes, I was 16. I was 16. And
And you didn't get
yeah,
infected at all? You didn't get an
no, thank
infection?
God. Thank God.
What, girl?
Um and so yeah, but they hadn't told my dad. They hadn't told my dad. My dad came home and he was shocked to see my mother in his house and me crying. And he's like, "What is going on?" And then my stepmama, she's so messy. She gonna go to the refrigerator and grab him a beer, talking about, "You gonna need this, have a seat." And he's like, "What is going on?" He's like, why are you crying?" And I was like, just I cried and said, what had happened. And he was he took the beer to the head. He took it to the head and was like, "So you effing in my house don't pay a goddamn bill." Like,
Oh
and it
my
was horrible.
God.
Listen, it was so horrible because, like I said, we didn't even really do it. So it was like, it was so horrible that I didn't even try again. It's like got into college,
Who
my
scared you? Yeah,
freshman year
yeah.
in college.
Scared your butt.
I
Yep.
so I was technically a virgin
You
until
were scared straight.
my freshman year. Yes, yes. Like they started talking about
I love this.
STDs and all of this. They took me to the and not even the STDs for the sex, because I didn't. They talking about because of the tattoo. They
Yeah,
talking about the needles and all of this. So they
mm,
took me to get to the clinic, had
I
me
love
getting
it.
tested, everything.
Love it.
Just scared me straight.
I
Scared me
love it.
straight.
I love this.
And I technically didn't lose my virginity until my freshman year in college, with my boyfriend that cheated on me.
Yeah, we're gonna get into that. Oh, we definitely gonna get into that. But no, but I want to insert this, Denise, because by the way, I'm loving this. I'm really enjoying this. I'm enjoying these stories. I mean, these stories are really hitting. Yeah, I love it. Yeah, but I'm so glad. See, and I wanted to get more into the whole blended family thing. So I'm glad that you got into those
Yes,
stories, because it just shows how much of a support system that you had. And it was so protective of
absolutely.
you, even back when you almost had somebody killed because you had the cops coming over there because they didn't know what was going on, to now you
Listen,
getting tattoos and
the last
trying to lose your
whooping,
virginity.
my last whooping I got was in eighth grade when my dramatic self was trying to play a prank on my dad and pretended like somebody broke into the house and kidnapped me.
Why would you do, girl? Okay, I got to hear
Yeah.
this one. Why would you do that?
I don't
What was
know.
you
It was my
thinking?
birth. It was my 13th birthday.
Oh
I
my
was trying to play
Lord.
a prank. But then when it happened, I was like, something clicked, and I was like, well, wait, what if he called the police? And I was like, could we go to jail I started freaking out with me and my brother. So I was like, okay, let's just clean up the house, and we're just gonna say, it was a joke or whatever. But my dad, he wasn't joking when he came
Yeah,
home
no, it wasn't no
from
joke.
work,
Mm-mm.
and he
He
had,
gave
like
you
I
a
told you, he
serious
worked at a
ass with him.
man, he had on his steel toe boots from his, because like I said, he worked at the plant, and when he tried to whoop me, he slipped and fell, and he was like, "I'm gonna take these doggone boots off." Like, he took them boots off and tore my behind up and kicked me out, made me go next
Oh, he
door
did
to my
Ike
neighbor's
Turner. He
house.
took the boot off. He did Ike Turner. Oh wow.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Kicked me out, made me go next door to my neighbor's house. and yeah, I was over there for a couple of hours. I thought he was gonna cancel my party. I was like, it was already paid for though, you know what I'm saying? But he was like, he still let me have the party though. That's what I mean by, that kind of that privilege, like,
Yes,
like,
yes. I mean, you got
I
some
got
nerve about
I
some
got my
doggone party.
I got my butt whooped, but I was still able to have my 13th birthday party or whatever. So yes, that was the last whooping that I got. But this is, like I said, my dad was with my stepmom by then, and this was like right before high school. So yeah, the way that my parents, because my mom, she eventually moved into the neighborhood across from ours, and so we started doing the back and forth again, like sometimes at her house and sometimes at his
Mm-hmm.
house. But I do remember, like, because of the time that we were separated from my mom, I remember kind of acting out. I remember acting out. Um, because not having my mom, especially, like, when I first started my period, and just,
Mm-hmm.
things that you
Would
will want your
normally.
mom around for
Mm-hmm.
and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That was a period of time where she had to be absent for a little bit. And so it was a lot. It was a lot, but like I said, once she moved and came to the neighborhood
A
across
little
from my
closer.
dad's,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that's when things just kind of started to blend. And we were able to do things, all together, as much as we could. So yeah.
Wonderful. Yeah, wonderful. So yeah, but I understand that too when you have that void that needs to be filled, but I'm so glad that, there was a time when she was able to kind of merge
Hmm.
into the bubble bath side of things. So I'm so glad that she was able to able to do that. So yeah, but I thank you
Yes.
so much for sharing those stories with me. Yeah, I enjoyed every last one of them. Yeah. So now can you tell me oh, what was your self-discovery in high school?
Okay, so like I said, it was more so because I didn't have my mom for those first couple the early years of my high school year,
Right.
um, until she came back. And I I started to, you know, kind of discover myself, my beauty, and and accepting who I was. Because when I was in high school, I was the girl that was, "You're pretty for a dark skinned girl."
Mm-mm.
I got
Mhm.
that a lot, so much
Mhm.
growing up. I got a lot of, I don't really date dark skinned girls, but I would date you. And
Wow.
it kind of just, it kind of had me deal, the realization of colorism, in high school with, the girls that I was also friends with that were, of lighter skin tone, or, curlier, longer hair,
Mhm,
whatever.
mhm, mhm,
And
mhm.
so I just really had to, like, become, one with myself, and accepting of my own beauty within. And to do that, but in the earlier years without my mom was kind of difficult. But as I got
Yes.
older, and start to, like, cause my mom, she calls me still to this day, she calls me Beauty. That's her nickname for
Aw,
me. And
aw.
it just kind of like resonated with me as I got older, once I started to kind of discover myself and, my inner beauty, especially with my personality, because I was always just fun, energetic, ball of energy, that people kind of gravitate to still now, like,
Mhm.
um and so that was just something that I had to discover within myself, like, just, the beauty within, and there's beauty in all skin tones and all shades,
Aw.
whether you're light skin, dark skin, whatever. So yes.
Love it, love it. And congratulations on discovering that because I know all too well about being put down for darker skin. But we could go
Mhm.
into a whole colorism thing a whole nother time, Denise, because we could be
Right.
here all day for that. So thank
Right.
you for sharing
Right.
that, and thank you for the self reflection and the self discovery that you was able to acquire. Yeah,
Hmm.
congratulations on that. Um, Now I want to get into like right after high school. What did you do right after high school?
I went to college,
You went to college right after.
literally.
Okay,
Hmm.
okay. What name of the college, please?
I went to Sam Houston State University in Huntsville, Texas.
Huntsville, Texas. And so,
Huntsville, Texas.
and what did you study?
So I started off studying communications. And then I thought that I was gonna like try I tried pre-med. I thought I was gonna try to do like either pharmacy or nursing, but that wasn't for me.
Mm.
And then so I went to the counselor and I was like, please tell me what degree can I get to where I don't have to be here longer than 4 years.
Ah,
Because I felt like I
mhm.
was wasting
Yes.
credits, and I was like,
Right,
I didn't
right.
want,
And I'm
right.
glad
So
you knew so back then. I'm glad you knew at that time.
yeah,
Yeah.
it was like,
Mhm.
the from the credits that I've taken, what degree and what can I study that I graduate on time still. And that's how I got my degree in business.
Ah, gotcha.
Yes. Yes, I got
And
my
what did you wanna
bachelor's
do
in
with it?
business. So at first, because I was more focused on business management. Because once I graduated, I got into like working at restaurants. I ended up becoming a manager at a restaurant and stuff like that. And just like eventually owning my own business, that was always the goal. But that transition, because I ended up getting my master's in education and becoming a teacher. So it was like,
Oh, okay, we
yeah,
gotta get into that. Okay, we get into that in a
yeah,
moment. Good, okay, definitely. Okay, but before we get to that part, so you got into different, because I'm glad that you didn't commit yourself to a particular major at that time. Because a lot of times you make that mistake, including myself, rushing into a major and not, getting into liberal arts or trying to kind of figure out where you want to go. So I'm glad you
right.
didn't. I'm glad you did that. Did it that way. Now you said that because I didn't forget about that virginity part, so you ain't lose it until college.
Yes.
Okay, when you said that and then you gave up the V card and he ended up cheating on you. So can you share
Yes, because
more?
I actually met him my senior year in high school, but he was a freshman in college. And so, like, for all I know, he was probably cheating on me the whole time. I just didn't find out
More than likely.
until, yeah, I just didn't find out until my freshman year in my freshman year in college. But yeah, because he went to TSU, and so I went to Sam, and I just remember I was crazy. I was crazy. I'm probably gonna write a movie about it because I was so
Yes, please.
crazy.
Yes, yes.
I was so crazy in love over him, and I was doing things that I shouldn't have been doing. As far as like, once I found out about the cheating, like I was driving up and down 45, driving up and down 45, pulling up
To
at his
do what?
school, pulling up at his school, pulling up at his place, pulling up to his track practice, pulling up at his job. He used to deliver pizza for Pizza Hut, and one time, uh, uh he was delivering the pizza, and by the time he got back to his car, I was in his back seat.
Oh,
It's some things I'm not proud of. It's some things I
how
was
did you
not
get
proud
the
of.
Denise?
Mhm. Mhm. He had me crazy. Like, it's like, don't cheat on me, okay? Because you're gonna have me
You can't.
crazy.
Yes, yes. PSA, real quick. PSA. Do not cheat on Denise Mone't. If you know that you're not ready for commitment and you don't want any type of monogamy whatsoever, please do not
No,
steer
no,
Denise wrong.
and this is why the relationships that I've had after that, why? Because a lot of people have asked me, like, about spinning the block,
Okay.
because I'm a one and done,
Hmm.
because I
Hmm.
know how crazy I can get. So like, people that have cheated on me in the past after him, it
They
was
have some
like,
stories to
nope.
tell.
I was like, nope,
Hmm.
you
Hmm.
not finna have me acting like that again. So I would just leave. I would just leave. I got more mature because I said, you know
Hmm.
what, these people are not worth going to jail over. Because some
Right.
girls throw a brick through your car window,
Yes.
key in your car.
Mhm.
I done had my car keyed behind this man.
By somebody else. Mhm. Yeah.
So yeah.
Mhm.
No, so I used to be crazy. Like, all of my stories, my films, is all stems
Yes,
from,
you have so much material, Denise. You better use
I
that.
have so much material. I've been married twice, okay? I have so much material.
Oh God, yes. Oh, Denise, girl. We gotta come. We gotta revisit. We gotta speak of spinning the block. We gotta spin this block right here. We got speaking of spinning the block. Because you gotta come back because I gotta hear some of these stories. We gotta have a part two to this. Yeah. Just by
So
your
yeah.
experiences alone, with that alone, that's a whole nother hour. So yeah, we gotta circle this back. We gotta circle back to this. But what I want to know before we go on, how did you get inside that man's car? How did you get inside the
Listen.
car?
So, because the car was unlocked, because all he was doing was just going to the people's house to deliver it.
Oh,
So while
right,
he
and come
was
right back.
walking to their door, I just got in the back seat, and
Well,
I
how did you
laid
know he
there.
was? Oh,
And you know what? The crazy thing is, it's not like we had the iPhone where we was tracking locations back then. So I'm not even
right.
really 100% sure how I found him.
How did you find?
I
Right.
just knew I knew what Pizza Hut he worked and I knew the area he was delivering in. I think I probably must have just drove around until I found his car. I think that's what I had to have done. I had to until I found his car. I parked my car. I remember parking my car and creeping and getting in his back seat because he had a truck. So I was like in the back. And as he was driving, I popped up. He's like, "Oh, like, like, yes." I remember those pop ups. I remember those
Yeah,
pop
because I
ups.
wouldn't know what
But
his
you know what's
reaction
crazy?
was.
But you know what's crazy? To this day, that man still love me, and if I wanted him, I could have him back. Yup.
You know that. Don't, you know what, Denise? That don't surprise me. They love,
They little crazy.
they love,
They little crazy.
they love that.
I'm like, what is wrong with y'all?
Yeah, I don't know what it is. They are. Some of them are addicted to that toxicity. They are.
I'm so glad that I've like given up. I don't even
Um,
entertain the toxic life. Like my life right now is so
Calmer.
like yes, so peaceful. Like we communicate, you know what I'm saying? We're transparent, like no, all it's oh the
Much
maturity. The
better. Much
maturity.
better.
Yes.
Yeah. So now
Yes.
that well, 'cause now that we into that, what we'll kind of segue into that. And okay, so this is like a two-part question here.
Hmm.
What are some of the like key things that you learned? I know you talked about it, but I want to get more into the key things that you've learned about yourself and how you handle in a relationship and how do you navigate now in your current relationship.
Right. So in the past, because for one, like I said, I was after my first love, I was not tolerating cheating from anybody. So
You
any of
shouldn't.
that, it was done. Like I
Hmm.
would break up. I wasn't going back. I wouldn't spin the block or anything like that. Because even one of my exes, I didn't find out that he cheated on me until after we broke up when he tried to get back together with me. But he felt
Mm.
like he needed to come
You
clean.
yeah, mhm.
And
He
I
is a
was like, yeah,
conscious.
you should have. I said, you should have kept that to yourself because now
Mhm.
I could never
Right.
be back with you.
Yeah.
You know
Now
what I'm
now I'm
saying?
really done. I'm really
Like,
done. Yeah.
yeah, because I never
Mhm.
knew. I never knew while we were together. You know what I'm saying? So, but one thing I had discovered about myself is more so because I'm a giver, and when I see something, I tend to try to fix, or um it's almost like a like that nurturing side of me that just wants
Mhm.
to help somebody, and so I tend to stay in something longer than what I should. I've ignored many red flags, just trying
Yes.
to, instead of falling for I was falling for potential instead of realizing who they were. You
Savior
think that,
complex.
yes, you think that
Mhm. Mhm.
that eventually that they will
It will
get better
change.
or that they
Yeah.
will change, and you just have to
Mhm.
start believing people for who they are.
Yes.
And the one thing like I like to refer to, especially like when it comes to marriage, like when the scripture of he who finds a wife finds a
Mhm.
good thing, like you have to be that person when that person finds you. If they are not who they are while y'all are dating, while y'all are talking during that stage, a ring is not going to change anything on both sides. That man is not going to change nothing just because he finally decided to marry you, and that woman isn't either. So whatever qualities you are looking for in a person, if they're not showing you that during that dating stage, during that relationship stage, that courting stage, 9 times out of 10 it's not going to change. So you just got to
Mhm.
accept it. You got to
Yeah.
accept it.
Yes,
So
absolutely. Mhm.
so for me, it was more so, um, like, baby girl, you can't save everybody. So just, everybody doesn't deserve that type of grace that I be
Yes,
given.
and I'm
So,
glad you learned that because there's some people that within our age group, Denise, that still hasn't gotten it yet. They
hmm
still haven't learned, but you learned from both marriages. So, what was it? Was it the same for both marriages?
so with my first marriage, that one necessarily, I, if just a brief quick notes, cliff notes. I thought I was
Yes.
gonna die. I thought I was gonna die. It was when I was giving birth to
Mm,
my son, but I had gotten
mm,
tricked. My first husband, I didn't. know his real name or his ethnicity or much about him until after I was engaged and pregnant
Really?
by him. Yeah,
Wow.
and so, trying to just make it work because I was already pregnant,
Did you make
but
it into the
another
is that a
thing,
movie? Did you make it
not
into the
yet,
movie yet? Oh,
not yet.
what you waiting on?
But
Okay, that's
right?
I'm sorry, go ahead, I'm sorry. I mean, but I'm just like,
But
okay.
just the simple fact of, you know, me, like the whole situation that happened trying to make it work, and then it was during COVID, and so when I was in the hospital about to give birth, he wasn't even there. My mom was there, but then they they were like telling me that everything was going like that was going wrong with me, like my body was just shutting down from stress, from
Oh,
everything.
no.
Literally right before that, the woman that he was, we with came to my job to let me know
Oh,
about it while I was
oh,
pregnant. So I
what?
kind of just I had to be like, yeah, I had to be
Oh,
admitted in the hospital,
oh,
and I thought
Denise,
I
I'm
was gonna
sorry.
die. I thought I was gonna
Mm,
die. So I married him in the hospital because I thought I was gonna die.
wow. Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
Denise, what the hell you waiting on? Where's the script? Are you
So
girl?
that was
Oh,
a different
what?
situation. That was a different situation on why when getting married in that one. But with my second one, I thought for sure, like, okay, he would change, and not seeing the patterns
Right.
of his past
Mhm.
relationships, even the pattern of his father and his relationship, with
Mm,
his father and his mother with their
yes.
marriage and stuff like that. So it was just something that I had to learn really in that relationship. One for sure is taking my time because I am a lover and I will go
Yeah,
all
you love
out.
hard, you
I
love
would
hard.
dive right in.
Mhm,
I
mhm.
love really, really hard. And so more so like this with this relationship now, like we don't even talk about marriage. Like, what I'm saying? It's like we don't have to we've both been married before. So it's like it's no rush for that.
Right,
It's
you
no and
enjoy
I've
the
even had to
time
come
now. Mhm.
yes, and I've even had to like I saw a movie that made me realize like people that rush into those things, like it is a red flag. It is a red flag, and I should have seen that, but I didn't because I'm so blinded by the love and the
Yes.
romance and the butterflies and
Right.
the honeymoon stage.
You had true
So
intentions.
yes, and
Yeah.
it's and I'm writing a movie about just like how like they talk about us women choosing the wrong men to even father children with.
Yes.
But it's like, how about we talk about the men pretending to be something that they're not, that we fall for,
Amen. Yes.
because somebody even asked me, like, when I tell them the story about my first husband, like, so did you like you believed him when I say that he lied to me about his,
I mean, why
I didn't know
wouldn't
he
you
was an
believe?
illegal immigrant
Yeah.
from Mexico
Why
who
would
lies
you
about their
believe?
ethnicity. Who not?
Like,
Who
why
lies
would I
about
mean, why
that?
would you question there's certain things you're not gonna question, like, why would you question
Right.
that? Like, "Oh, by
Oh,
the way,
you
are you
said
a
you
US citizen?" Like,
if you tell me
yeah.
that you're Jamaican and Puerto Rican, and I'm like, oh, okay, what am I supposed to say to that? Like, no, you're not. you know.
Right.
So when I found out that you're an illegal immigrant from Mexico, it's like, wait, what?
Mm,
I told the whole
right.
story on my TikTok, and it's titled "I Thought I Was Marrying a Black Man." So yeah, it's crazy, but I had to learn that from both of those marriages. And so like I said, the relationship I'm in now, we're just being patient with one another and taking our time
Absolutely.
and enjoying, this journey. Especially now, this is my first time dating somebody that's within the same industry as me as well. And so just that aspect alone, because my past relationships, not even just my marriages, but even guys I've tried to date, with the jealousy and insecurity of me being in films,
Being
having to do
mhm,
kissing
mhm.
scenes or love scenes or just being in a relationship in a movie in general, a lot of men can't handle that. Women too, on both sides. And
Of
so
course,
you have to
especially
be,
women.
secure
Mhm.
within
Yes.
yourself, to know your partner, to trust your partner and know that it's just film. And so I'm grateful to have met somebody that we're on the same page when it comes to that.
Yes.
And we can communicate about the same things. We have the same goals. So yeah,
And I
it's
think it's
just a
better
lot different.
too. Yeah, it is. And I think also, Denise, I think relationships and marriages last longer when not only when you're older, you understand more about how you need to reflect on certain things, work on yourself, and also don't don't rush the healing process and being able to be more seasoned in it and more
Yes.
yeah, so I think it just makes such a difference. So I'm happy for you both. And Would you mind sharing who that person is? Because yeah,
Yes.
yes, I'm
And
always
for people
thinking of
that
that.
wanna know, especially
Yeah.
because they think it's a movie, but no, we are in a relationship. I'm in a relationship with Emery, Lawrence, for everybody that
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
'Cause I wanted you to say it. I didn't wanna say it.
Yes.
Yeah, shout out to Emery Lawrence. I had the pleasure of interviewing with him a couple of months ago, so make sure you check that interview out. Cool, solid dude,
Yes.
solid dude.
Yes,
Yes.
absolutely.